Can I get a oh yeah?
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah, I know that sound, buddy. Yep. Well, we finally fucking did it. I blew third gear in the transmission. Well, we finally fucking did it. I blew third gear in the transmission. Temperature's 114. Right now, I'm pretty sure I'm in second gear. I got it in 4 high because I thought I blew the rear diff again, but I didn't. So I'm probably gonna take it out of 4 high. Pull over here. You know, heading to work in the race truck, no biggie. Third, it drives and then it just lets out. So this is drive. Alright, neutral. Let's see here. See if we can get her down into two wheel. Back in drive because it's in first. It rolls. Alright, getting back on the roadway. So we got first gear. There goes second. Third. Oh shit. Second it is, baby. There ain't no second overdrive, so it's gonna be one hell of a loud ride to work. Yeah. Another day. Second gear. You gotta boost it, and then you neutral drop from second gear, and you just kind of cruise a little while. Let that engine cool off a little. She ain't hot yet, but you know, she'll roll a decent amount. And you drop it back in. And you roll a little bit more. You know, 4L60 Credo. I'm gonna get home one way or another. She's gonna make it.
Coming in, yeah, flex, I just wanna win, yeah. LA BB, who we running with, yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again, yeah. State your name, been dope on flame, I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again, I just flipped the pain. Stripping and dipping in bass, slab on everything.
That's a big converter for a 60. Fuck them Allen key or hex key.
Not a trans guy.
I'm not a trans guy either. I got a penis. Oh no! Oh, well, hey, that was going on. Contact. Right there. Right there. We're going watch out right there.
I don't want to see where you're cutting.
Oh, I'm cutting it.
I got
Alright, we should have the clearance we now need. Nice clean cut there. It's almost factory. Semi-professional tip: if you need your trans to go up and your trans jack is all the way up, can't go no more, you can ratchet the strap to your frame on the back side, pull down, it'll cause the front to pull up. And you just adjust it as needed. There we go. Yeah, that's better. We is TIT tight, like a Tiger. This is the third time I've had this tranny and torque converter in and out of this truck, and the first culprit could be this flex plate where those pads are sitting are too far towards the torque converter. Like the plate's too thick, it's just cheaply made. So I'm gonna pick up a new different flex plate tomorrow, measure them and see if that's like the issue or not. And if it's not the issue, everything's pointing towards either the pump gear and the transmission is backwards, or the transmission or the torque converter is just having a hard time getting over the O-rings or whatever. And I've lightly tapped it trying to persuade it, and it doesn't seem to want to move past where it's at. I'm gonna kind of show you what I'm talking about here. About 7/8 of an inch. Yeah, there you go. Well, I might as well go around and show some of the other stuff. This is my transmission temperature sensor. It just threads directly into the test port. There's better spots for it. You could drill and tap the pan. That way you get a little bit more accurate of a reading. Probably gonna be a little bit warmer. This right here is the second speed sensor for the 4L80 that is pinned to the computer. ECM, PCU, whatever the fuck it is. Right here is the adapter harness. That's the original there you're seeing with my finger. And this is the adapter. And this red wire coming out runs up to the front to something pretty cool. I'll have to show you guys that because I think you guys are gonna think that's pretty rad. Oh, nice. I just shit. Ran AN line to the, it's hard to see, kind of see it down there. Ran AN line to the tranny cooler, and that's all going to be hooked up. Did a little bit of a makeover, we're not done yet. Got some of my things here that you guys are going to be hearing more about. Kind of cleans up the engine bay and the boost references. Moved the main wire harness and loomed it all in black because it looks better on the white. And I got to get rid of the rest of the red. Redid the battery terminals because they were a pain in the ass the way they were, and now they're way easier. This guy though, right here, this little relay, that sweet guy. That combined with the two-step, that sweet little relay there combined with that two-step should give us a hellacious launch in 4-high. Gonna be a it's called the Sloppy Mechanics trans brake, and yeah, I'm pretty stoked to make that work. That's gonna be rad. Yeah, did some cleaning up here and all the dirt, painted that piece back there. Gonna have to paint. You better simmer down. Gonna have to paint that throttle body black because purple doesn't match anything. Get rid of the rest of the red loom and turn it black. Find a home for the fuel pressure regulator and the alcohol sensor that isn't, you know, that isn't a mess. But yeah, she's starting to look a lot better under here. Yeah, slowly but surely. Gonna clean everything up and make it look pretty decent. So after the trans is in, the next step is to measure for a new drive shaft, and once we put a beefier steel drive shaft in, start beating the shit out of it. We'll probably start beating the shit out of it before then, but got all my new U-joints for the front shaft and rear shaft. That way, you know, we have a little bit better of a start. This is a TH400 yoke, slip yoke, so that you can keep your drive shaft and it'll go right in the 480. I changed the rear main seal, so that'll stop leaking. Probably not though. Let's see, we got our speed input sensors for the 480. It has two. There's the old flex plate. Got our ARP torque converter bolts. And yeah, we have almost everything we need. I just need to figure out why that torque converter is not going all the way in. All right, so we're back to the truck. It's the next day. I don't know how many days have passed now, but we've had that transmission in and out. I always say I've had that transmission in and out with Chris, so we've had that transmission in and out 3 times now. And I just finally said fuck it and ordered something I found out about online. And we're gonna see if it works out. If it don't, well, then I probably should have listened to Sticky. Sticky said this is a horrible idea, but I don't know. I'm just gonna send it. So it's a transmission spacer. Because the air conditioning is way nicer in the beater than the air conditioning outside. But basically it's just a shim of aluminum that is exactly 120 thousandths of an inch. And when you made it, it spaces the transmission back, so you get that pull-out gap in between the flex plate here and the torque converter here. And then when you bolt it together, it'll pull that away from the pump. So when your torque converter is too far into the pump, you end up burning up pumps or running a lot hotter. When it's too far forward towards the crank shaft, you end up throwing out your thrust bearing and you know, doing bad shit to the bottom end. So that's the whole reason behind why you're supposed to pay attention to the spacing and not just send it. So we should be right in our tolerance there, and this thing is literally, I highly doubt this thin piece of metal is going to cause something catastrophic to happen due to it. And if anything, it's going to fix the problem, and we're going to proceed. We'll find out though. Something that'll make my life easier, at the top of the fucking, I don't know, the front of the firewall there's this lip, and that lip like does not like deep well sockets for studs and shit, so I smack that on down, and now it'll be a lot easier to get sockets on it. And then also I was having problems getting up to it above the tranny, so I went ahead and beat that area right there up in, just to add a little bit more clearance, and it'll make this a lot easier and quicker of an install. All right, got our 2 new speed sensors installed. Got our little shifter bracket thing installed. Got our shift cable bracket installed. Had to do some bending and metal work, but She in there now. She's a little bent. Had to bend her back in place and whatnot. I don't know if my adapter's gonna hook onto this, but if it doesn't, I'll just cut out right here and clear for it. Well, so it's fun. Transjack broke.
The devil, I tell a hater, God bless you. Cherish moments that special, you gotta keep the memento. If you love me, then I love you, and I could never forget you. Some memories don't fade, sometimes you miss the old days, but nothing changed unless you change what's around you, how you think, how you live, how you speak, how you walk, how you blink, how you talk, how you teach, how you reach, let it sink. What's your purpose? What's your passion?
All right. Time to get creative with ratchet straps. Alright, so I've been fighting this fucking thing for the past 3 hours with a ratchet strap and a jack that's maxed out, and I just can't get it in there. I'm gonna have to go and fucking get another trans jack, and yet another day that this fucking 480 is not back in this truck. Had it back in and out plenty of times till the trans jack took a shit, but I fought this thing for 3 hours out here by myself, and yeah, I'm giving in. Fucking skeeters are tearing me up. Tomorrow's a new day. Alright, so I slid the spacer over the pins, the alignment pins, and now it's time to shove this big whore on and bolt up the flex plate and put the cross member back in and shit. And yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, this jack made it way easier. Alright, y'all. Sounds good. So this is my activation light. So when this is on, this is for the two-step. If I hit the brake, jackass. You hit the brake, it'll activate. Let off the brake, it goes, and that's for two-step. And then switches over here we got for our trans brake. Engage third and first, I believe. So basically, put her in drive. So we're gonna flip on our two-step and engage our trans brake. She's ready to party now. You want to get that under the hood?
Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah. Party time. It's been a long video, and I appreciate you guys for watching. If you like the shit we do here, make sure to subscribe or give the video a like. And yeah, sorry I left you guys hanging for so long. It was just, there was no good content to really film. Probably could have filmed some of the work, but it carried over many nights where, you know, we just weren't having success with what we were trying to do. So a lot of shit went wrong, obviously. And now we're good. Originally, when I bought this 4L80, it came with a transfer case. I finally opened it up because I needed the input shaft that fit the output shaft of the 4L80. So I put it in the planetary from the 4L60 transfer case, and yeah, it fit in there fine, but the main shaft did not fit, so that was kind of a problem. And then it turned out everything in this was absolutely smoke. You could see the heat that this thing saw. It was like, saw some crazy heat. Damn, I got so much shit I gotta clean up. Damn, that's just a good looking truck. Look at that. Wouldn't expect it. She rowdy. The pullout on the torque converter was not the right tolerance, so I had to space it to get the perfect tolerance, which wasn't a big deal. But again, it's like you have to wait, order something, and it's just kind of like time. I got some things I gotta tidy up. Like I said, the wiring, I gotta clean up all these tools, which will be done tonight. But my wing nut here attempted to weld itself to the hood, which isn't great. Drive shaft right now is fucked up, so that thing could let go at any minute, but we need to put a better drive shaft in it anyways. There's just the front drive shaft isn't connected to the four-wheel drive because well, I didn't have time to do it today. I just threw the transfer case in that Sticky happened to have on hand, and I bought it off him. And yeah, so just a lot of tidying up left, and then it'll be party time. Get some cool videos. I haven't had this door panel on in forever. I need to put it back on. Obviously, sitting there and running the trans brake like that, or the sloppy trans brake, is going to create a lot of heat in the transmission. Make sure my hood doesn't fly up, because right now it'll touch the battery if it's all the way close. But I'm going to give her a little test drive and just see what the temps go to cruising around. I don't have any fans on the trans cooler, so and last time I drove it, I totally had the fucking e-brake on the whole time, like a dum-dum. Suck. I'm gonna have to do the light bar mod on this bitch too. Cruising temp of 140. Well, we're not actually cruising yet. Down 138. So it looks like there's a little bit more heat in the 4L80 than there was the 4L60. But it could also be since you know, I'm just now cruising down the road. It's just now getting air through the radiator. Like car after car after car after car. Oh, there we go. Gotta get tuned back in. 113. It just had to make that boost pressure. Still rowdy. Sticky will get her all dialed in. Alright. We're still doing decent. 140 ain't bad for cruising around temps. Playing a little bit here and there.